Hey everyone, JJ Prime here and welcome back to the channel. When Studio Series first launched in 2018, collecting it was very straightforward. There were only three main size classes, Deluxe, Voyager, and Leader, and that has been the standard for a very long time. But fast forward to today, we now have 6 size classes in total. We got Core Class, may it rest in peace, Commander Class, and for the very first time, Titan Class has officially entered Studio Series. So today, I thought it'd be fun to look back at how Studio Series has evolved over the years, why Hasbro introduced these new size classes, and what this could mean for the future of the line. Let's jump right into it! Chapter 1, The Original 3. Back in 2018, Studio Series was created with one main goal: to give us movie-accurate representations of our favorite Transformers characters. Unlike previous toy lines, Studio Series wasn't just about making every figure fit into a standard size. Instead, the focus was more on relative scale and screen accuracy. But we still start with 3 familiar size classes: Deluxe, Voyager, and Leader. Now, the Deluxe figures covered characters like Bumblebee, Jazz, Barricade, Lockdown, even you have Jet Mode Shatter right here. So, not just the car guys, smaller jets can be included in Deluxe class. Now for Voyagers, that gave us larger Autobots and Decepticons like Optimus Prime, Megatron, Ironhide, and Starscream, so on and so forth. Then came Leader class. Interestingly, the Leader class wasn't always significantly taller than the Voyager. No. Often the higher price reflected more complex engineering, additional accessories like Dark Moon Optimus Prime's trailer, or larger alt modes rather than height alone. But overall, that philosophy still influences Studio Series today. Chapter 2, Studio Series Grows. Now, the original main objective of Studio Series was to produce figures of characters from the live-action films. That includes the Bayverse universe, as you can see here, the Bumblebee movie, and Rise of the Beasts. But over time, the line expanded into entirely new areas. For instance, in the year of 2021, Hasbro decided to produce figures based on the 1986 The Transformers the movie, hence dubbing the subline Studio Series 86. Then, we received Gamer Edition in 2023. Figures of characters from the video games like War Cybertron, Devastation, and Reactivate, although it's only one figure, but it is what it is. And most recently, we have seen characters from Transformers 1 joining the lineup as well, as you can see here. And in addition to that, we've also been getting concept art characters. What? Figures of characters that never appeared in the movies to begin with. That's awesome. It's pretty cool, man. And because Studio Series was no longer limited to one continuity, Hasbro suddenly had a much wider range of characters to work with in the original 3 size classes. Chapter 3, Core Class. Due to the line expanding, Deluxes, Voyagers, and Leaders just wasn't enough to produce every character out there. So Hasbro decided to implement new size classes into the line. The first one was Core Class, which was originally introduced back in Kingdom. Now in Studio Series, Core Class was used in 2 different ways. One of the ways was to produce smaller versions of the bigger characters like Bumblebee Movie Shockwave, Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, Bumblebee Movie Starscream, 86 Ironhide, and 86 Ratchet. Now the other way was to produce figures of the smaller characters like the Cassette Minions, the Terracon Minions, RC, Mohawk, Dark of the Moon Laserbig in his pink Bumblebee form, Noah Diaz, Spike Witwicky, so on and so forth. But unfortunately, Core Class did not last very long because it ended in 2024. But that doesn't mean that we stopped getting these core-sized figures. No. We are still getting them, but in a different way. Like, for example, the Studio Series 86 Perceptor Multi-Pack with Ramhorn and Ratbat, or Studio Series 86 Soundwave, who came with new molds of Ravage, Laserbeak, and Buzzsaw. And that's pretty cool that we're still getting these core-sized figures. Chapter 4, Commander Class. Now, the second of these new size classes that was brought into Studio Series was Commander Class, a size class that was originally introduced back in the Siege line. The first of these releases was Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus, bringing a premium level of engineering and screen accuracy to the line. This was then followed by Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, featuring the iconic Autobot leader together with his trailer. Most recently, Hasbro continued to expand the Commander Class lineup with the Studio Series 86 Long Haul and Hook 2-pack, showing that the size class can also be used for multiple figures in a single release. Although the Commander Class lineup is still relatively small, it has already become an important part of Studio Series, opening the door for even more ambitious releases in the future. Chapter 5, the Titan Era. For the longest time, collectors have wondered whether Titan Class would actually be implemented into Studio Series. Look at all these size classes. Core Class, Deluxe Voyager, Leader, and even Commander. Where's Titan Class? Where is it? It's nowhere to be found. But fast forward to 2026, we finally receive our very first Titan Class in Studio Series. Behold, Studio Series Titan Class Grimlock! And oh my gosh, this figure is magnificent. It is massive, it is huge, it is freaking huge. So, when this figure was originally announced, Hasbro actually stated that they wanted to complete the Dinobot team from Age of Extinction. Yes! We're finally going to finish the Age of Extinction Dinobot team with Scorn, Slug, and Stray. They are all going to be Titan Class figures, and that is going to be major hype. So, I hope you guys are hyped, because I am hyped as well. Chapter 6, what's next? So where do we go from here? Will Titan Class see more releases after the Baber's Dinobots are completed? Or will Commander Class be more common as time goes on? Or will Hasbro revisit enormous movie characters that were previously impossible to produce? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. Studio Series has evolved far beyond what many of us imagined back in 2018. Conclusion. Personally, I've really enjoyed watching Studio Series grow over the years. Each new size class has allowed Hasbro to tackle characters that simply couldn't have been done before. And as collectors, I think we're in one of the most exciting periods this line has ever seen. But now, I want to hear from all of you. So here are some questions that you need to answer in the comments down below. Question 1. Which Studio Series size class has had the biggest impact for you? Question number 2. And if you could choose the next Titan Class figure, who would it be? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and ring that notification bell icon down below so that you don't miss future reviews and discussions. And as always, this has been JJ Prime, and I'll see you all next time. And remember, this is the channel where bots get rated and fans get hyped. Till all are one.
A leader. The viewers must subscribe to support the cause.
Optimus, they know that, but sometimes you've gotta ask with style. Hey you, yeah, you watching, smash that subscribe button, or Prime is giving a speech. Again.
I heard that.
Good, now hit the button, before he starts cutting the covenant of Primus.